to National Champions Week. We got it off to a great start yesterday with the launch of the new National Champions Showcase, if you will, in Haas Pavilion. And today is that event, our staff appreciation event, which holds such a special place in the week of in the events of the week, and certainly it's the week is a celebration of the pinnacle achievements of our programs, and obviously those highlighted individuals. But the staff appreciation event is one of those that gives us all. It's an illumination of that great pride that we have in the collective efforts of the department that result in the national champions. Reminds us of the impact that each and every one of us has on our student athletes and their total experience. It illuminates the value of world-class intercollegiate athletics to our campus and to our community. And I don't think that we can say that enough, that we can talk about it enough, that we can illuminate it enough. You know, it's other than centrally the student-athlete experience, which we do talk about and we do act on quite frequently. The next most impactful thing is why we exist on this campus and what value we bring as an intercollegiate athletics program to this campus. And I think we need to illuminate that at every turn. But for today, it gives each of us individually a sense of purpose and a value in contributing to an organization that strives every day for high performance, strives to be a highly impactful, highly visible to and for all of our stakeholders, obviously including our student athletes. The performance of our teams and our student athletes is our contribution to the comprehensive excellence of this campus. It may be a poor analogy, and it may be one that is criticized by others on this campus, but national championships are our Nobel laureates. There are Nobel Prizes without the free parking spaces. We have averaged a combined 11 national championships over each of the last 6 years. I'd never really done the math that way. When you take the team championships, the individual championships, the doubles, boats, all of the different categories that we have, 11 national championships a year. That's pretty staggering. I don't think there are certainly few, if any, other program in this country that can match that. And it does not happen by accident. It's not something that we should take for granted or treat lightly, because it happens because of the dedication of you all, the folks in this room, the dedication to high performance. It happens because of a commitment to excellence. And it happens because 250 plus coaches and staff members and an entire community get behind that purpose. It's a commitment to helping student athletes grow and succeed, and it's a commitment to making the necessary sacrifices. The results are champions. Not just championships, but champions. Both in the athletic venue, the community, and certainly in the classroom. It is those champions that we celebrate today. Thanks to each of you and the piece of the puzzle that you so diligently and so passionately fulfilled to enable our student athletes and our programs to be celebrated this week. So let me introduce those national champions who are with us today. We have Tom Shields, men's swimming, who you're going to hear from in a little bit. 6-time NCAA champion, 3 national championships in 2011. I believe Mike Morrison is here. Mike is the 2011 Outdoor Track Decathlon National Champion. Following in a long line of national champions at Cal in the decathlon event. And our hat is certainly tip of the cap to you, Mike. What a grueling event. We also have with us 2 members of the 2011 NCAA Women's Crew Varsity 4 National Champions, Lynn Anderson and Becca Lindquist. There we go. Thank you very much. All right. With that, I have the distinct pleasure, if I can find the right page, to introduce to you the coach of the Freshman 8 2011 IRA National Champions, Wyatt Allen. Wyatt is the assistant coach under Mike Tatey with our men's crew program. But led the Freshman 8 to the 2011 IRA title. He's a University of Virginia graduate. He is a two-time Olympian in 2004 and 2008 with a gold medal in 2004 and a bronze medal in 2008. And Wyatt obviously comes to us with a high-performance mindset. He understands what it takes to win a medal or win a championship, and we're thrilled to have him here at Cal. Wyatt Allen.
So let me start by saying congratulations to all the athletes, coaches, and programs being honored here this week. And more importantly, to the entire department for a great year. I think for us to have our highest Directors' Cup finish ever in what was definitely a tough year, I think is a real tribute to the group assembled in this room. So congratulations on that. This past year for me, obviously a blast. From the get-go, I had a great group of guys, talented when they walked in the door, willing to work very hard. And the thing I think I'm proudest of at the end of the day was that I really felt like they earned everything they accomplished this year. And that's a real tribute to that group. But I also think, when looking back, and I think I can speak for all of them, it required a lot of help from people in this room to just get them to the starting line in Camden. The easiest moments to identify are what I would call the fire drills, moments when we really had to lean on people in the department to step up and bail us out of some tough situations. Therese, who's spectacular at her job, one of our guys, she got him in July. I don't know how she did it. She pulled off a miracle. Thank goodness she did. Chris Stivers, he basically cleared one of our guys minutes before he got on a plane in Serbia to come over to the States for the first time. That caused me a little bit of anxiety. Cassidy and Derek in the Athletic Study Center. I can't count the number of times that they went above and beyond the call of duty to, make sure our guys were on track and stayed on track. Barry in the training room, he helped us in New Jersey. We had a meningitis scare with one of our athletes, and it turned into a spinal tap. And I really don't know what we would have done without Barry's help in that situation. But so I think the other thing that's important to acknowledge for this group is that, the fire drills are easy to spot, but I think for every one of those, there's got to be hundreds of examples of people doing their jobs really well and making sure that things run seamlessly for us. A couple examples I can point to, Cheryl in travel. We really had not one issue all year, when we were traveling to compete, and that helps a ton, and it helps the guys perform. Kasaba, she takes care of our bands, our student drivers, among other things. That's got to be one of the toughest jobs on campus. If you've ever seen our vans drive around campus, you would know why. Altagracia, who cleans the boathouse, or who cleaned the boathouse, and we definitely miss her down there. Keeping the boathouse spotless for our guys, that goes a long way. And I know that those are some of the more thankless jobs on a day-to-day basis. So, I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge them, and I hope you know how much at at the end of the day, they're appreciated and how much they really do benefit our student athletes. So in conclusion, we really can't thank you guys enough for all that you do and for all your hard work. And, I think the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. And, I think we could tweak that a little bit today and say it takes a whole department to win a national championship. So congratulations. Thank you very much, and enjoy the celebration. Go Bears.
Thanks, Wyatt. Absolutely, Wyatt's recap on the year, our best year ever overall in terms of the NACTA Directors Cup, a third-place finish, at 3-team national championships, rugby, and both men's and women's swimming, 7 individual titles, and 8 relay or boat titles. Pretty spectacular year. And obviously in terms of the third place in the Directors Cup, an awful lot of teams that maybe didn't win a national championship but had their best finish ever, had a terrific finish, had a finish that got us some significant points that, if you want an example of it takes a village or it takes a department, each and every one of those points, no matter who you were or where you were, helped us get to where we got, because the margin is never, and certainly in this case, was not huge. So again, an example of where everyone's effort together and then the collective addition of it certainly gave us great results. It is my distinct pleasure to ask Tom Shields to come up. As I said, Tom is a 6-time NCAA champion. He is a junior, so those 6 national championships were achieved in his freshman and sophomore years. He was the 2010 Pac-10 Freshman of the Year, 2011 Pac-10 Swimmer of the Meet. Junior from Huntington Beach, California, Tom Shields.
First and foremost, I would like to say thank you, and I mean specifically to everybody, the athletic department staff, not only in the assistance of helping us win our NCAA team title, but that we had the opportunity to win last year, but also thanking you to helping us win our first team title 31 years ago in 1980. What truly makes that experience special is having people to share that with, from teammates to coaches to staff, parents, alumni, and admin. There are plenty of people to do that with, and I'm super appreciative of that. Nick, Dave, Norton, Greg are amazing coaches, and Chris Stivers, Mo, and Lucille, and others are amazing at what they do, and it is truly an honor to walk in the footsteps of names like Biondi, Raka, Arvidsson, and even now Adrian and Dugonjic, who just graduated. So far, throughout my college career, I have learned that things do not always go as planned, which is not necessarily a bad thing, as long as the structure, like you guys, are in place to help me through it. When I was being recruited, I committed to USC super early. But after the curtains were kind of pulled back and I saw USC for what it was, and juxtaposed that to what UC Berkeley really was, the decision became really easy, and I fortunately did not let my life go according to my prior plans. The main difference between USC and UC Berkeley to me, and the difference between UC Berkeley and everyone else, in my opinion, were the level of professionalism found amongst the staff, the expectation of realistic goals amongst the coaches, and the elite level of athleticism amongst the teams. These 3 things are unmatched, like I kind of just said, by any other university. I came into college thinking I was going to be a 200 freestyler. I had broken the national high school record in that event, and I figured I would just keep doing that. Unfortunately, the NCAA had other plans and had a long time ago put the 100 butterfly, an event that I also swim, right before the 200 free in the event. Although I attempted the double and crashed and burned so bad in the 200 free that Swimming World magazine would later call it one of the biggest NCAA swimming mistakes of all time. I still got the opportunity to win my first individual title in the 100 fly, something I thought would never happen. I still remember talking to Dave in the fall of my freshman year, and the only thing I had talked about was the 200 free. Like no other events, no other relays, no school, no nothing. And, and since then I hope I've learned that things can change and, I can roll along with those. And continuing on that idea is we can talk about 2011 National Championships, where I was the defending champ in the 100 fly. And trying to avoid making the same big mistake, we decided to try the 100 back as my third or not one of my main events. I'd only done the 100 back once that season and did not really expect much to happen. The 100 fly was my focus, and I absolutely planned on winning, but it did not go to my way due to cataclysmic mental mistakes, I guess, on my part. But the 100 back, through the support of my teammates, coaches, and staff, went rather well. I remember many emotions right after the 100 fly, but then after walking through the team area and talking to, seems like 1,000 people, the only thing I remember was thinking about and focusing on the 100 back, which is something that I didn't do on my own. I'm just not that kind of guy. I usually get stuck in the past. And everyone around me, even those not immediately around me, helps to convey the emotion of progress towards a greater good, and that helps so much. And that started at the beginning of my freshman year, not just the 20 minutes in between. My main memories from the 2011 championships revolve around relays as well, where, in my opinion, we as a team and as a department stood forth and truly showed what we are and who we are and what we do. The 800 free relay, which we have recently struggled in the past 3 years or whatever, was a huge success for us in that we got 5th and placed ahead of Texas, which was key in the team race. The relay was an eclectic array of athletes, and only one had done the race individually at that meet that year. I had the experience of it being my best event through high school, and the other two guys, one was a sprinter and the other was a distance IMer, events that don't necessarily translate well to the 200 free. But outside of our specialties and our focuses for the meet, we were able to string together a relay that accomplished exactly what we needed it to do. This stands as a symbol of what our team does and what we do, and we were able to go beyond what it is we do well and get the job done, just, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And that is where our edge lies. Another key memory for me was the 400 free relay. I was on the relay with the same trio of seniors that were on it the year prior, and they were juniors then. And we, outside of any math or knowledge, all we had to do was finish, had an axe to grind and a point to prove about who we are and what we do. This was definitely our most relaxed relay, in that Dave and Greg told us to have super safe starts and just kind of relax. And I think Greg walked over and was like, hey, just finish. And, I just think, so in that relaxation, we were now taking on an even bigger goal because we knew that we had, a couple seconds to make up, or a second and a half to make up throughout the whole entire relay, just from the starts. One of my main emotions was fatigue, because it's the last thing, and I was super duper tired. And in spite of that, I had the opportunity of kicking out ahead and getting the lead for our team on our third wall and solidifying our victory. And the only reason I can think that is because I handed over the swim to Nathan, who was anchoring. And as everyone knows, Nathan diving in the lead pretty much means we win. Off that wall, I remember thinking how tired I was, so I closed my eyes and I hoped I didn't get too far behind. To my surprise, it didn't happen, and I'm proud of handing Nathan a victory lap instead of a 2-second deficit, which I handed him the year prior. But he did handle that really well, too. So, once again, I would like to thank everyone for helping us on our way to victory as a team, but I would also like to extend a thank you from me personally, because it always seems like my FAFSA papers aren't in on time. And Lucille, I have to talk to you soon because I got an email like a month about that. And you guys really, really help us and me through processes like that. And I know that helping me isn't always easy because it's never my fault. So I'm sorry about that, and go Bears.
There's some words to live by, and thanks, Tom, for leading us through that and helping us to visualize that tremendous national championship. So again, both from Wyatt and from Tom, the perspective of how this village or this department, every piece plays a critical role in those 11. On average, 11 national championships. These 18 this last year. And again, as Wyatt said, I think it needs to be acknowledged, in a really, really difficult year for this department and for this campus in many ways. And I'm very, very proud of how both collectively and individually we made our way through that, obviously with the help of our community in a huge, huge way. We have the national championship video as our highlight to end up. I know I am supposed to remind the staff to pick up the national championship week item and poster on your way out. And we have a private event with our teams and student athletes on Friday at the Chancellor's home. Always a highlight of the week, hosted by the Chancellor and Mary Catherine. And then Saturday, the public recognition of our national champions. So spend some time, each of us, this week reflecting on what this means to our department, what it means to our community, our comprehensive excellence, our evidence of high performance and of that excellence, and what it means to this community, because that is a huge, huge piece of what we do, and then obviously the impact that we have every single day on our student athletes. That's what it's all about. So thank you all very much, and go Bears.